Honest trailers time for Baby Driver, people. You excited? I'm excited. Edgar Wright's excited. Simon Pegg and Nick Frost are excited. We're all excited. And before we do that, I wanted to give a patron of the day shout out for Scuba Steve. Scuba Steve.
Scuba Steve, all the way in Rhode Island.
Rhode Island. This guy currently works at a bagel shop, but he likes his horror movies and his independent films. And he's also a graffiti artist. You can check him out on Instagram at ScubaSteve_401. This guy is a very nice gentleman. I think he's a sexy gentleman. Steve is my father's name, so I am naturally attracted to you.
Oh, yeah.
Because you know how that goes. Every man falls in love with his father.
Yeah, that's how the saying goes.
That's the cliche.
Goes, yeah.
So I love you.
And I love you too.
And I follow you on Instagram, so you guys should follow him too.
I like
Baby
to
Driver.
check out Steve's work just on public property.
Are we going to see Kevin Spacey in this?
Probably. They're probably going to comment on how awkward that is now.
All right, 1, 2, 3. Cool.
Uh-oh.
You've been obsessed with everything Edgar Wright has ever made, and everything he hasn't made. Now, prepare to be obsessed with a movie he's been obsessed with for the last 22 years. 22? Dang. If he'd made it back then, Hansa would have been an actual baby. Baby Driver.
That's a cute joke.
Yeah.
Beat Baby, 2017's cheapest Halloween costume. Mozart and a Dane Cook of being a crook. Whether he's using his criminal alias in public.
Baby. B-A-B-Y, baby.
Wearing the same outfit before, during, and after his case, not wearing gloves or wiping down his prints, and making his own recorded evidence of criminal conspiracies? Why do any of these criminals work with this snitch? He doesn't even have a neck tag. That's how you know someone doesn't have a real job. Get ready for awesome stunt driving like you wouldn't believe. Cause Baby's got more skills behind the wheel than that other mostly silent heartthrob. Featuring jaw-dropping getaways that are 1 part Bullet, 1 part iPod commercial, and 3 parts OK Go video. But there's more than just automotive thrills. Strap in for tightly choreographed gunplay. Money stacking.
Money stacking.
White boy dancing.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
White boy dancing.
I can do that.
Right. Okay, stop. Cut it out, baby. Jeez, that would get on my nerves. Just give him the sandwich, baby. Strap in for Baby's last job for the creepy bank-robbing ringleader, Doc, who's even more creepy because he's played by a pre-scandal Kevin Spacey, who's even more creepy because he says stuff like this to a young man,
You are my lucky charm.
who's even more creepy because he carries a little box of kids' toys around with him. Ugh, can we just put Christopher Plummer's face on him? Ah, and speaking of creepy, experience a love story between a boy and the girl who's clearly a stand-in for the boy's dead mom, as Debbie sings
Oh, yeah.
feeds him off the children's menu,
See, you fall in love with your parent.
and works in the same diner that she did.
She used to work here.
Sometimes, but she was a singer, too.
I guess Oedipus Driver doesn't quite have the same.
Oedipus
Driver.
Mommy and Daddy are getting it on.
Oh, yeah, that's
Do
right,
you like
Bertha.
music? Not as much as Edgar Wright, you plebe. Songs too obscure for the awesome mix.
Egyptian reggae.
But too mainstream for Tarantino. Plus, a recording studio so adorable, it could date Zooey Deschanel.
No.
In an overall musical experience that will have you revving your minivan on the way to soccer practice.
Plumber again.
Woo! I'm the cool dad. So if you're too much of a nerd like Fast and the Furious, enjoy Edgar Wright's cool lo-fi car flick that was his highest performer at the box office to date.
Whoa.
Even though he doesn't even drive a single baby. Woo! False advertising. Now, Boss Baby, there's a film that delivers on the title. Starring
Those baby
Baby
chicks.
Skids,
Yeah.
Drift Draper, Take my money and drive with speed. Punisher, Tow Away, Downshift Abbey, Freeway, the baby from American Sniper, explaining what tinnitus is.
You know what? He had an accident when he was 18. Still got a hum in the drum.
He got something wrong with his ears, tinnitus or something.
And Kevin Christopher Plummer. Grand Theft Auto, Wright City.
Your real name is Miles.
Great, because I needed more help getting Miles Teller, Ansel Elgort, and the Ready Player One guy confused. What is your major malfunction?
That is so true, actually.
Yeah, right.
It's topic.
It's like all the
Hands
Chris's.
out.
Birdie in the sky, boo in my eye. Do not worry, I won't cry. I'm just glad that cows can't fly. People are stupid, but at least we have cotton candy.
I was really happy with how they handled that Kevin
Kevin
Spacey
Spacey bit.
Yeah, because it was very obvious that the Christopher Plummer thing was coming. The way they drove that
kept that joke
Yeah, the way they
going,
kept it going. Because I thought like the one time they did it, like, all right, that's predictable. And then they kept doing it like just from the rest of the trailer,
Giving him that googly mouth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
splits open. Out of all the names on the titles, Punisher
Punisher
Towaway Zone
Zone.
was my favorite one.
Yeah, for sure. Because he gets like towed right out of that movie.
Yeah, they were really hammering in a lot of these baby jokes, huh?
Yeah, well, it didn't seem like they had like too many criticisms to go with, so they had to jump on some.
There was no baby references in here.
Yeah. He's driving
What
with
a-
babies
What a
around.
weird joke to just keep hammering into your honest trailer today.
I mean, they pointed out a couple things. You know, he is constantly like recording criminal activity and things like that for his own leisure.
He doesn't wear gloves to cover up his fingerprints.
Yeah. Which I don't know. If he's never been printed before, I guess that's not a big deal.
Yeah, it's not a big deal, but
And-
still, you should be probably a little extra safe.
Probably wear gloves.
Probably wear some different clothes.
Probably. I like the whole remix thing.
I didn't realize Lily James looks so much like Sky Ferreira until they put it.
Yeah,
in.
I totally forgot to put that together while I was watching. The
I just
movie.
thought it was another casting of another bunch of white people in a movie.
Yeah,
I didn't realize
Just
it was
another crop of attractive young folks.
yeah. But when they pointed that out there, I'm like, oh, that might have been some like little detail that Edgar
Yeah.
Wright did throw in here.
And I mean, he's so intentional with most stuff. Like, it seems like most things in his movies are very composed. So I wouldn't be surprised if that was,
Yeah.
intentional.
Every man falls in love with his father.
That's right. Just like we said at the top of the video.
So does Infant Driver. Oh, we have another baby joke.
Babies,
Here.
babies.
Oedipus Driver. This honest trailer really doesn't spoil a whole lot.
No.
So I wonder
There
how.
are very few plot points in this trailer.
I wonder how someone actually just didn't see Baby Driver, but then saw the honest trailer, how they would feel about the movie.
It just gives away weird details.
Yeah,
about,
like the white boy
style
dancing.
And,
Yeah.
and like weird motifs that keep popping back up.
Would someone think this is actually a good movie for watching this honest trailer or something?
I don't know. That's actually a pretty good question. It's weird when they don't riff as hard, when they're just kind of pointing out esoterica
Yeah.
about a certain film. Yeah, I wonder if it probably would make it look kind of strange
And
at the very least.
And I'm so glad they pointed out how it does have similarities to Drive in its certain aspects. I felt like no one was pointing that out.
I mean,
I
it's-
pointed it out.
it's
like
really-
a totally different movie, but stylish jacket, quiet driver, likes his music. It's
Yeah.
similar getaway driver.
It definitely has that motif, and even Drive is borrowing from stuff.
No, Drive is
with
only 100% original.
It's 100%
They-
not taken or derived from anything.
They invented getaway drivers in pop music.
Whining Refn woke up in a cold sweat one night and went, I know what it is.
Yeah.
The person who drives the getaway car. We'll focus on that guy. And then everyone was like, what are you talking about? It's never going to work, man. You're going to lose us a bunch of money. This joke is great. Don't you want to yes and me right now?
Good for Edgar Wright. I mean, this would make sense if this is his highest grossing movie.
It's funny to me because this strikes me as his most sort of markedly original film, because you got the Cornetto trilogy, which is not, based on properties, so to speak, but it's, building on a concept. And then you have stuff like
Building on
Scott.
specific genres, yeah.
Yeah, and it's got its own little world to adhere to. And then you have Scott Pilgrim, which is obviously based on the comics. And so, like, to have something like this, it's just his homage to
Yeah.
getaway movies and stuff be the one that is the most successful. It's kind of cool. Your original piece and the piece that has like all your passion for music in it is the one that blew up.
His passion project for 22 years, where
Yeah.
it was originally a baby behind the wheel.
Yeah. Hey man, if he hadn't waited so long, he could have really made it accurate. But hey, Young Man Driver is just as
It was a
interesting.
kid-friendly comedy at the time.
Hey, I
no
mean-
one would suspect it's a baby.
No, just turns out this child is a driving savant.
Screen Junkies, thanks for putting this together. And Baby Driver was a delightful film. You can subscribe to the Reject Nation. Click that notification bell so subscribe button means something. You can check us out on Patreon. Full-length TV show reactions, weekly Q&As. We'd love to have you.